What the bloody hell is going on with the Liberal Party, mate? I mean, fair dinkum. If you thought they were already up the creek without a paddle, now they've jumped out of the canoe and set the thing on fire. The so-called rebirth of the Libs has just been handed to Susan Ley. Yeah, with 2 S's, and not just in her name. Apparently in her strategy too. Shambles and survival. That's what we're dealing with. And if you reckon this is some heroic comeback story, think again. This ain't the Phoenix Rising. This is the party duct taping feathers to a chicken and hoping it flies. Look, this is the first time in 81 years the Liberal Party has had a female leader, and they didn't exactly roll out the red carpet for it. Ley scraped over the line with 29 votes to 25, just 4 bloody votes. That's not a mandate, that's a coin toss. A couple of MPs with second thoughts, and you've got Angus Taylor in charge, who, let's be honest, would have run the party like a fossil fuel conglomerate on speed. And the kicker? That tight vote shows just how fractured the Libs are. They're not united, they're not energised. They're hanging together by sheer political duct tape and stubbornness. Before we unpack this Ley-Taylor-O'Brien power punch, where Angus gets blindsided, Susan Ley plays the numerology game, and the Liberal Party clings on like a wet tissue. Smash that like button like Angus smashing his leadership dreams. Subscribe if you're sick of spineless politics. And grab the Albo-Lutely Clueless tea. Links in the description. Now let's talk Turkey. Or in this case, flaming galas. The Libs have 28 seats in the House. That's not a team, that's a WhatsApp group. Labor's thumping majority has them looking like they're hosting a victory party, while the Liberals are outside, locked out, asking if they can borrow someone's phone charger. You've got Albo sitting there, looking smug as ever. And honestly, can you blame him? He's got more ministers than the Libs have backbenchers. The man could form a new cabinet every week and still have spares. And yet, amid this chaos, Ley steps up, smiling, posing for selfies, and talking about unity. Mate, unity? In that room? That room has more tension than a family BBQ with your ex and her new bloke. Ted O'Brien's your new deputy. Sure, he's sharp. But can he actually pull this circus together? Philip Thompson got smashed in the deputy vote, 38-6, and Justine Price just disappeared. Didn't even bother running after Angus got rolled. That's not confidence, that's people jumping off the ship before the captain even speaks. And speaking of speaking, we're all waiting for Susan's first big press conference like it's a season finale. What's she going to say? Is she going to drop a bold vision? Shake up the portfolios? Sack a few dead weights? Or is it going to be the usual tired spin about listening to Australians, fighting for our values, and restoring trust? We've heard it all before, mate. What we haven't seen is action. If she doesn't lay out a clear plan that actually gets the base fired up, she'll be lucky to survive 6 months. This party chews through leaders like Aussies, chew through sausage rolls at Bunnings. And don't forget the numerology stuff. Dead set? This is wild. Susan Ley added an extra S to her name after a numerologist told her it'd bring good fortune. You can't make this up. Apparently, this mystical second S is the secret sauce that landed her the leadership. If that's the strategy the Libs are banking on now, bloody astrology and spiritual Scrabble, we're in real strife. What's next? Tarot cards in cabinet meetings? Mercury retrograde blamed for policy backflips. This is all happening while the coalition is split on climate, fractured on China, and flailing on pretty much every major issue. You've got Matt Canavan lighting net zero policies on fire like a teenage arsonist, running around yelling, "Coal is king," while the rest of the world is going green. And then there's the whole soft on China grenade that some in the party keep tossing at Labor like it's still 1952. It's desperation, pure and simple. They've got no coherent message, no plan, just vibes and vengeance. Let's not pretend this is just about Ley versus Taylor. This is about a party with an identity crisis, still stuck in the Abbott-era trenches, while Labor's doing cartwheels into the future. The Libs can't decide if they want to hug the far-right fringe or try to claw back the centre. They're caught between Sky News rants and suburban BBQ chats, and they're failing both. Meanwhile, Labor's front bench is posing for photos, smiling like the cover of a recruitment brochure. they've got women, they've got diversity, and crucially, they've got power. Real power. While the Liberals are busy arguing over who gets to be Shadow Treasurer, Labor's making legislation. It's a bloody mismatch. Like watching an NRL team play against a local pub squad. And let me say this loud and clear, if Lay doesn't shake the party up within weeks, she's toast. The voters don't want more of the same. They want authenticity. They want guts. They want someone to stand up and say, this is what we believe in, not whisper it through gritted teeth while checking the polls. We don't need another suit saying, we'll do better next time. We need someone who actually understands the vibe of the country. The cost of living crisis, the housing mess, the energy bills, and the complete bloody joke that is our current climate policy. Now, if you think this is the start of a glorious comeback, you're dreaming harder than Clive Palmer watching election results. This is damage control. It's trying to plug a sinking ship with chewing gum and good intentions. Sure, Lay's the first woman to lead the Libs, and that's historic, no doubt. But don't confuse history with destiny. She's not guaranteed anything except a very sharp spotlight and a backbench full of people who reckon they could do the job better. And let's not even get started on the culture war crap that's bubbling under the surface. You've got people in the party who'd rather talk about pronouns than policies, who spend more time on Sky After Dark than in their electorates. That rubbish might get you likes on Facebook, but it doesn't win elections. The average Aussie doesn't care about ideological purity. They care about paying their bloody mortgage and not getting cooked by 45-degree summers. So here's the real talk. Unless Sussan completely rewrites the playbook, ditches the internal backstabbing, and focuses on actual Australians, the Libs are staring down the barrel of another election slaughter. And this time, they won't even have the excuse of a pandemic or a leadership spill. It'll be pure, undiluted failure. And maybe, just maybe, that's what they need. A complete crash and burn moment. A wake-up call so brutal, they're forced to rebuild from scratch with people who actually give a damn about more than just holding onto a safe seat. Because if they think adding an S to someone's name is the strategy that's going to save them from political extinction, well, mate, they've got another thing coming. Smash that like button if you're sick of political cosplay and spineless leadership. Subscribe if you're done with numerology-driven nonsense and want real talk. And if you're really feeling spicy, grab the Albolutely Clueless tea. Yeah, we're that petty. Links in the description. See you in the next one, where we unpack why half the Shadow Cabinet still thinks coal is the future, while the rest of us are just trying not to sweat to death in October. Cheers.